Hi, I'm here with Nicholas Tate, who's a content marketing executive at the DMA, and I'll be asking him a few questions about his job role in the marketing industry. So, Nicholas, thank you for doing this, of course. The first question I always like to start off with is, how have you got to where you are today?
Sure. So from an early age, I've always been interested in business. I always used to enjoy watching The Apprentice and Dragon's Den on TV. So I always thought I'd pursue a career in entrepreneurship or perhaps finance. So I decided to study business and management studies at university. And before joining uni, I'd never thought about pursuing a career in marketing, didn't really know like what jobs there were in marketing. So yeah, at uni, I actually really enjoyed the marketing modules, much more than the finance modules. So I thought, oh, maybe marketing is a career for me. And when I was looking at securing a placement for my placement year, I applied for a local marketing agency and I worked there for 12 months. And that was a really great experience. I got a lot of digital marketing experience, and it was my kind of first time working in an office and working with team members and working with clients. So it was a really, really fun experience. And then from here, I took part in the DMA Talent Summer School, which was a fantastic experience. The program consisted of talks, workshops, networking events, and agency visits over 5 days, which I really enjoyed. And we also worked on a marketing brief for Virgin Media, which was really cool because we like pitched our ideas to senior leaders, sort of like a Dragon's Den-esque challenge, which was really cool. And then, yeah, once I graduated uni, I secured a job at a marketing agency. And I worked there for a year, which I really enjoyed. But then I saw the job advertised that I'm currently in at the DMA on LinkedIn. And I thought I'd apply because at the Talent Summer School, I kind of saw what a great organization the DMA was. It has a really great culture. And so, yeah, I applied for the role, and then I was lucky enough to get the job. And I've now been working there for 6 months.
Nice, very nice journey. So, what would you say was anything specific that made you pick the marketing industry? But as you did mention, something that you've always been interested by, or there's no specific factor?
Yeah, so I think my interest just stemmed from the marketing related modules I took at uni.
Yeah.
Because before I joined uni, I don't think I'd ever thought about a career in this industry. I then just got more marketing experience through my placement year, the DMA Talent Summer School, and then my grad job. And then I just really enjoyed all these experiences. So I kind of just realized that, yeah, a marketing career is probably right for me. But as to why marketing appeals to me, I think it's because it aligns to my skills and interests. Mm-hmm. So on one hand, I'm quite a creative individual, and the marketing industry, there's always like the need for fresh and new ideas. So it's like really fun in my role to come up with like cool ideas. I think like in marketing, there is like no wrong idea. So we have like brainstorms, you can kind of come up with some really wacky ideas, whereas maybe in like a finance sort of role, it can be a little bit like mundane. You can't really like be creative. So I think marketing appeals to me in that way. Okay. But also I have like an analytical mindset. So I enjoy working with data. So one of my jobs in my current role is to produce analytical reports for social. And it's like cool to kind of see what's working and what's not working. So it can really help improve future performance.
Okay, very interesting. So would you say in your role, there's things that are specific that may motivate you in your role to go into work every day? And what would you say that would be? Sure.
So I think because the marketing industry is so fast paced, there's always the need for those new ideas. So as a creative individual, I really enjoy the opportunity to be innovative and come up with fun and fresh ideas. So that's really cool. Mm-hmm. I think I also really enjoy working in a team environment. The DMA is quite a small company, so I know everyone in my team well, and we work really well together. I think also the hierarchy of the company is very flat, so everyone's opinion is listened to, and we are given lots of responsibility. In team meetings, we're always expected to share and contribute our ideas, even though I'm quite a junior member, so that's really like refreshing. Yeah. And I think lastly, another thing that most motivates me is seeing the output of my work. I think when you worked on a big project that's taken weeks to complete, it's like nothing better than kind of seeing the final output. Yeah. So that's something that really is rewarding as well.
Okay, I definitely agree with the input of someone, even if you are a junior, you do got a lot of say in a lot of the projects in the DMA, which is very inclusive, which I like.
Definitely.
Yeah. So what would you say a day in your role typically looks like?
Sure. So my hours are 8:30 to 5. And I usually start my day off by checking emails and having a meeting with my manager to discuss my workload for the day. So my role is split between 50% of the time I spend on social media, writing social media posts and running the DMA social channels. And then 50% of my time is spent writing copy for emails and web copy, and also editing and proofing articles. Yeah, as I'm based quite far from the DMA office, I work from home primarily. However, my team has like monthly workshops in which we like all come together in the office and we like come up with like new ideas to improve business performance. So that's a really good opportunity to see all my teammates in person, and we have like free pizza for lunch, which is like a perk, and then we go to like the pub afterwards. So that's cool just to interact with my teammates. I think also the DMA are quite learning focused, so I try and spend a little bit of time each day doing some training. We have free access to the IDM courses. So far I've completed the social media certificate and also the GDPR awards. So, and in the future, I want to complete more training, perhaps some digital marketing training would be cool as well.
Very nice. So I understand you're, of course, very young and you're in an entry-level position. Would you say that this is something you're seeing as a stepping stone, or would you say there's higher career aspirations for the future?
So yeah, I'm really enjoying my role at the DMA at the moment. It's a great company to work for. And as I said before, the role is like very varied, and also get to work with some great people every day. However, there are so many like cool marketing jobs out there that I really want to like explore and maybe like try new things. I think I really enjoy working with data, so it'd be cool to get some more like digital marketing experience. Or perhaps I'd like to work in like a more strategic or project management sort of role, so I can utilize my organizational skills. I think as an employee of the DMA, I actually got to go to the DMA Awards, which for people who don't know is a big celebration of the best marketing campaigns of the year. And I think like a career ambition of mine is to kind of work on a marketing campaign that wins a DMA award. I think that would be like really cool. So I think I kind of set myself that target in like maybe 10 years to try and be at the DMA awards and pick up a prize. That would be like really cool.
Yeah, I'm definitely sure you'll be able to do that. Nice. So do you feel like you're making a change in your role?
Yeah, I think I do, because the DMA are a non-profit.
Yeah.
So the sole purpose of their kind of day-to-day activities is to help improve the standards of the marketing industry. They're not like a for-profit business whose only motivation is to make money. Also attached to the DMA is the IDM and DMA talent. So IDM, their sole purpose is to help marketers increase their skills because they're a learning arm. And then DMA talent, they support young marketers with kind of getting into the industry. So it's really rewarding knowing that the DMA, their sole purpose is to help people. I think also there's a great culture at the DMA.
Yeah.
So we really champion diversity, which is seen with our partnership with Race Equality Matters. And we have lots of research and insight on sustainability, which is cool to see. And I think kind of for me on a daily basis, I help a lot of people in the team. So someone always needs like some social posts created, or someone needs email copy written. So I feel like every day I'm helping my team members, which is really rewarding and motivating.
Yes, okay, definitely. So I understand, of course, you started in a recent role. Would you say that your job is as you expected to be when you first started?
Yeah, I think the role is, well, the work itself is as expected. But I think one thing I maybe didn't expect is the level of responsibility I've had. So I think, yeah, as some kind of big corporations, you can feel a bit insignificant because there's so many people at the company, and it's a very like tall hierarchy structure. So you don't really speak to senior team members, and you don't really get a say in how the business moves forward. But in like team meetings at the DMA, I'm always asked my opinion by like senior team members, which is like, it's really rewarding and it's like great to see.
Yeah.
And I think also the workload is maybe being quite high as well, maybe higher than I thought, but I really enjoy the challenge of having lots to do. I like being kept busy. And if I ever face challenges with my workload, my manager's always on hand to help me out. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with the inclusivity at the company really helps with like the workplace culture, make you feel included. Definitely. Nice.
Definitely.
So the final question I'd like to ask you is, what would you say is the biggest challenge that you had to overcome at the workplace?
So yeah, I think a lot of people our sort of age have had to join a company during the pandemic. So it can be quite difficult to form relationships with your teammates when you're not interacting in person. So all of our kind of relationship forming is through video calls, which can be quite difficult, especially when you got like 10 people on a call. It can be quite difficult to kind of make a contribution to the call. Whereas if you're in person, it's easier to kind of interact with people. So I think that's probably been the biggest challenge. However, I think, as I said earlier, we do have like monthly workshops where all my team goes into the office, and we spend a day just like working on how we can improve our team's performance. And we have like pizza for lunch, we go to the pub afterwards. That's been really impactful to kind of get to know my team a lot better. I think the only other challenge is like the high risk level of responsibility and the high level of workload, but they're kind of challenges that I've really like enjoyed. And yeah, as I said, my managers are always on hand to help me out. And yeah, kind of due to this, I really have to work longer than my 8:30 to 5 hours, which is really good. I think a lot of young people now kind of see on social media there's like a sort of hustle culture where young people feel they have to work, I don't know, 9 a.m. to like 9 p.m. But I would advise any young marketer to kind of, if you're working longer than your allotted hours, to try and say no, because it's really important to have a really good work-life balance. You want to kind of come to work every day refreshed and raring to go. Whereas if you're working 12, 13-hour days, I just don't think you're going to enjoy the role as much.
Yeah, I completely agree, definitely. So thank you, Nicholas. All the answers are perfect. I really appreciate you doing this, and of course helping out on the project. I hope to hear about your role soon and the many successes you'll get in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Nazir.
Bye-bye.